frontier. This is Football Daft with Stephen Purden,
midfield dynamo and average actor,
Chris Toll,
target man, suspicious character,
and
for the top end of Stevenson,
Happy New Year from Football Daft, and may your lum always reek and all that, whatever that means. We hope you had a great Christmas. Welcome to a very special edition of the show as we preview the Old Firm game. Basically, we're all off on holiday and couldn't be arsed doing a full show, so we've decided to do Rangers Daft versus Celtic Daft as we look ahead to the Old Firm, or as some may call it, the Glasgow Derby. Let's introduce first the Rangers side of things, and from that, they are... fresh from the Pavilion Panto on YouTube, which you can still view. It's Sandy Claus and Kev, aka Grado and Stephen.
That's quite funny for you, man. Sandy Claus and Kev.
I wish I had my big ginger wig, man. And Grado had his big fucking Dean Park costume, man, sitting here. Hello, happy to be here, hello.
It's doing well, boys. Had about 68,000 views on YouTube now.
Aye, fucking Mern Football Daft gets, man. Might get fucking Ian Gordon in to be the new producer, John.
And that is from the Rangers side of things. From the Celtic side of things, a man in whose own words, I didn't say this, is raging that he's not in Panto this year because he's the only dwarf not in Panto. It's Chris Toll.
There we go. What's happening, lads? Did you have a good Christmas?
It was alright, mate. It was quiet, nice and quiet. A bit different, but I enjoyed that.
What did you get for your Christmas, though?
What did I get for my Christmas? I get some.
You don't look happy.
I know. What'd you get for your Christmas, though?
I just get some clothes and stuff like that, and money, and the usual stuff that you get when you're our age, lads.
I don't know.
You know what I mean? There's no toys this year, man. No toys this year.
It used to annoy me when I'd hear older folk going, I've got black socks, but I'm glad for a pair of them. But it actually is. I needed black socks and I got black socks. It is mental how that...
I get boxers, man. I'm running out of kind of good boxers to wear, and I go a nice pair of boxers. And
anyway, I'm down to my Manscaped boxers.
Oh, yeah. I can't wear them. They're like a fucking tent on me, man.
Well, all my medium Pumas are all ripped at the gooch, man. Every single one.
Mate, that's what I got off my granny, Pumas.
Did you? Well, you know I love them, mate. That's my ones. That's the ones I wear.
If you're watching the video version, we've just seen Steven's Puma boxer shorts there. Lovely stuff.
Nice, weren't they? They're nice.
So, then we get any Rangers or Celtic gifts for their Christmas?
Oh, I did. I get Rangers. I got a Rangers book, man. I was very happy with. My girlfriend's father got me like Rangers in History, the book. There's all the old pictures and stuff like that.
Maybe you could start reading it, man.
That's not bad, man. 8 years worth in a book.
Grado, for fuck's sake, man.
Here we go. It's that time of the year, boys. Come on.
Grado, man, I cannot believe you fucking said that there, man. Honestly. You set young Toll up there, a fucking belter.
Listen, they crack that fucking one every other week, man. They should be fronted with that shite.
Here we go. It started already. This is what we're here for the day, boys. Rangers versus Celtic on the 2nd of January. Now, let's kick off with recent form, I think. Stephen, you have been on the group chat and you're a wee bit worried over the last couple of games. What's been going on with Rangers?
Grado's surprised response because he's not even read any of the group chats since fucking 28th of November.
What's the deal here? What are you worried about?
No, I think we look... Yesterday, we just look a bit leggy. We look a wee bit, I don't know, and we need Arfield and Jack. I feel we're missing a wee bit of dig in the middle of the park, which could be needed on the second. But all that said and done, we've still, since we get put at the cup, we've won every game. We've only conceded 1 goal. We've only conceded 5 goals all season. We just keep winning. But I do think we're looking a wee bit leggy. We need a performance for like the likes of Kent. We need him to start coming to the park a wee bit more. Our fullbacks have been a wee bit quiet the last few games and all. But I still think we're still winning games. We're finding a way. See the game like yesterday, Celtic the last good few years have been so much better than us at going to these places and winning. But see now, we're going there and we're getting the result and we're not playing well. And it kind of satisfies me a wee bit. But we need to up our performance levels a wee bit for Saturday.
The way I see it is, well, Tav and Barisic have been outstanding all season. They're obviously at one point going to hit a week in a rough patch. And if this is a rough patch and we're still grinding out results,
Exactly, mate. Aye. I'm just a warrior. You know what I'm like, Grado.
No, you're a warrior. You don't lose worry as many.
You what?
No, I was getting mixed up. It's not the warrior, it's the struggler, isn't it?
There's Charlie Nicholas back again. There we go.
There we go.
You'll be in a Paddy Power advert.
Oh, man.
So you're no worried at all, Grado. You're quite happy with the form that the team are in at the moment, cup aside, I guess.
Well, obviously we could be playing better, but at the end of the day, we're still grinding out results. We're playing it the way teams that win titles play, and I also think as well form goes right out the window. Man,
yeah, I think that's a fucking myth. To be honest, see the form going out the window. I think that's a fucking myth.
I don't know, because it's like right, you could say Kent, right? He's not had the best last few games, right? But I'd still play him for the start, because to me form goes out the window on firm day. Fucking this drinks fucking get to me. Right?
So Chris,
just talk, man.
So Chris, I mean, on the other foot, I guess the only blip that Rangers have had really is going out the cup. Celtic, we've talked about, have had a lot of blips throughout the season, but this is the best run of form that you've found all season, I guess, since the cup win. What you made it as Celtic in the last few games?
You know what? It's no surprise that the best run of form that we've had came when we've taken Scott Brown out of the team.
Yeah.
To be honest with you, I think David Turnbull's been a revelation for he's come in, and I think.
And it's no surprise he's a good bit of form, because he's playing teams that are near the bottom of the league. He's a bit of confidence.
I did say that. I mean,
I'm kidding on.
No, you're right though, Stephen. You're right. It's I'm always commenting saying how you need to keep in mind the level of opposition. I've been saying it since the start of the season. Our good results have came against the teams that are lower down the league.
But then you played Dundee United just yesterday, and it was a fairly comfortable, really decent performance from Celtic. And then you're talking about Turnbull. There's him on the score sheet again, Sorrow on the score sheet, and Edouard seems to be hitting form right at the right time.
Aye, well, do you know what? Edouard was terrible yesterday, right up until he showed up twice yesterday. It was for the second goal and for his goal. But I think, see, with the partnership with him and Griffiths, I think we need to play the two of them tomorrow.
Really?
We need to play the two of them tomorrow. Aye.
Who's playing tomorrow?
Sorry, not tomorrow. Saturday. We've got a bounce game against Cumbernauld Colts. Been the best part. Aye.
So, obviously, what do you think in terms of like Sorrow's been a good addition to your team, right? But it's all got to do with Turnbull, innit? Come on, he's turned that team around, hasn't he, really?
We've been looking for a number 10 for a while. Rogic, when he's been playing, has been all right as well. But Turnbull, like I said, he's been what we've been crying out for. Mm-hmm. And see the fact that if Lennon had dragged his heels for so long, we wouldn't be quite as far behind, I don't think. But
so then you're we'll talk about Scott Brown in a minute. Talking about the strikers, I mean, there's Morelos popped up by a goal again, Stephen, yesterday against St Mirren. Is he going to be a starter, do you think? We'll get onto teams in a bit, but do you think that's come for him at the right time as well, that goal?
I think he'll play on Saturday,
I think his form's been tremendous, and I know he's not been scoring a lot of goals, but see his link-up play and stuff. I've watched the last few Rangers games, the full games. I don't normally do that, to be honest with you. I normally just watch the highlights, but see, watching his link-up play and stuff like that outside the box recently, I think Morelos has been absolutely tremendous for Rangers so far this season.
Oh, I definitely see against who did we play on Sunday?
He came on when he came off the bench against Hibs.
Oh man, he really done his job, man. He was great.
He was excellent. He came on and he won about 3 free kicks, got the team up the pitch, but he's not been tremendous. He's no Morelos. Morelos is not hurt anywhere near tremendous this season.
No, but what you're taking into account is the missing goals.
I told him no when with this same Rangers Daft. I'm talking about his link-up play. I'm talking about the simple things. he's not been doing the simple things. He's been a man so fucking low in confidence. But the last 2 or 3 weeks, I'd say he's starting to come to the party a wee bit, and he's looking a bit more like his old self.
Do you know what? In saying that, like I said there, I have only watched the full games for the last few weeks. So
he's got to. The thing is, we're still winning games, and he has still to hit form. So that gives me a wee shot in the arm. I go, when he comes fucking to the forefront of the team and starts hitting form, like Roof's our main man, without a shadow of a doubt.
Yeah,
he's our main man.
The Roof is on fire.
He's class. He's class, man. He's so good. And he's so clever. He's so intelligent with the ball. If Morelos can come up to his level, then it'll be good for us.
But is Roof getting played in the position that Morelos would want to be played?
I think they're kind of interchanging, mate. I think it's kind of, when you watched it yesterday, they're kind of, I think when you play Roof, Morelos and Hadji, or Roof, Morelos, Kent, I don't think there's one that really stays. I think they just interchange all the time, where Roof is more, I would say Morelos would probably go through the middle, and Roof's more intelligent enough a football player to adapt his game to go on to the right of the three or the left, and him and Kent can interchange, you know what I mean? So I don't really think it's set in stone a certain way. Yeah,
I mean, well, looking at the teams then, obviously Rangers, you mentioned it there, Stephen, without Ryan Jack and Scott Arfield. Katic is obviously a long-term injury, should be back in the new year. But what do you think? Do you think that's a big loss, Jack? I mean, certainly the form that Arfield's in. How do you think Rangers will cope with those losses in midfield?
I think we just need to, I think the team kind of picks itself, to be honest. I think we kind of, everybody's going on about how blessed with midfielders were and how overran with midfielders, but then it just shows again a couple of injuries, man. You're starting to go, Davis is playing far too much football.
I would agree with you.
He's going to have to play, because you cannot play Zungu. He still looks like he needs to get up to speed with what Scottish football's all about. He wants about half an hour on the ball and just gets fucking shut down all the time. I'm not saying he's a bad player, but it's not a game you can throw him into.
See what you're saying there, Stevie, about Zungu. I think if you play him, Sorrow is the perfect foil against him, because the amount of interceptions and tackling that Sorrow does, he'll be down Zungu's throat for the first minute to the last.
It's not a game you put Zungu in. The Mora, it's fucking Saturday.
Who's playing the Mora? Who's playing the Mora?
Bounce game, mate.
When folk are listening to this, it'll be the Mora, so I would just keep saying the Mora.
Right, so we're playing the Mora. Anyway, I would go Davis. It's just got to be Davis, Kamara and Aribo in the middle. And I think that's it. It picks itself in midfield. Arfield is a massive loss, man. Massive. And Ryan Jack, we really need him back, but it's becoming really worrying.
It picks itself, Bo, but you know what happens in Old Firm games, man? There's always a wee surprise, man. I don't know.
I think the surprise is going to be Hadji getting dropped, mate, because he's been playing. I think it's going to be Roof, Morelos and Kent up front with Arfield, Kamara and Davis.
Chris, your midfield, let's pick your midfield, because probably, like the boys saying, the Rangers midfield is kind of picking itself at the moment because of the injury. What's going in Celtic's midfield? Is that where Celtic can win?
I'm terrified he's going to revert to type.
Do you think he'll put Brown back in?
I'm fucking terrified that he's going to do that, man.
Do you not think he'll maybe go 5? Like, he'll play Sorrow and Brown? And maybe drop Griffiths and just go one up top?
Because then you've got McGregor, Christie and Turnbull. You know what I mean? So you're trying to force these players into the team, and you can't do that in this sort of game. The importance of this game cannot be fucking understated. You know what I mean? And he needs to get this right. He fucking needs to get it right. And I'll be honest with you, I don't envy him his task, because it's a difficult one. You can't keep everybody happy. There's all the word in the papers yesterday about nobody's going anywhere and all that shit. There's already going to be players that are pissed off just hearing that, I think. So he needs to be on top of this. He needs to be on top of his team, and he needs to make sure that he doesn't make the wrong decisions, because whether or not we've been on a wee bit of a decent run recently, his job's on the line tomorrow.
Yeah. Julian's a doubt for Celtic tomorrow.
That was a badging. Did you see
that?
I
seen that.
I'm not sure. Is he out for a while or what? Or do they know?
Well, they're saying that it's just going to be a bone bruise, right?
I'll send it in the group chat because my mate.
I feel as if he's injured all the time, is he?
He said he was injured for the start of the season, but this one was a bit avoidable, to be honest with you. But it's one of the I'm a defender and it's a last ditch numbers. And Grado, he goes into the post like a fucking missile.
I've just sent it in the group chat. You can see it, Grado. Yeah. It's a Saurian, man.
It was a bad one. So, Chris, while Grado's looking at that, I mean, who do you think starts at centre half then if Julian doesn't play?
I think he'll probably play Beaton and Ayer, which I'm comfortable enough with because they've been there and done it and they know the script. You know what I mean? So I'd think it's a risk to play Duffy unless he tries to go 3-5-2, which is fucking ridiculous.
That was going in.
I know it was going in, but it was I think it'll be Ayer and Beaton at centre half tomorrow.
Do you not think he'll go with Duffy?
No, I don't think so, mate. I think Duffy's just going by his post on Instagram and stuff like that. I don't think he's in the right mindset, to be honest.
What did he say on Instagram?
I think did he lose his dad or something like that? And he was putting up all these posts about and especially, you know what I mean, just getting into the first day of the new year. That sort of thing hangs over you. You'll know, Grado, I'm not looking forward to it either, to be honest with you. We're losing Mamo this year, so I don't know if he's in the right mindset for it, to be honest. So I think we'll see Beaton and Ayer at centre half.
Is Ayer going to be a big loss because he's played so well out at right back recently? Is he going to be a loss playing there, Chris? I mean, you've got Frimpong presumably coming into that position because El Hammond's a doubt as well. Do you think he'll be a loss out at right back?
I don't think El Hammond will play anyway. He's marked his cards. He's for the off, I think.
He's gone in January, maybe.
He might even be away before the game. He might be away at some point today, the 1st of January. So I don't think he'll play. He's been suspect this season as well. So you know, Lennon's damned if he does and he's damned if he doesn't. He's in a no-win situation unless we come away with a result. So no matter what team he picks, if we don't win tomorrow, it's his fault. And it's a bit of a shame. I understand it for both points of view, you know. I understand it for his point of view, I understand it for the fans' point of view, but I just can't see any way where he comes out with a positive. He needs to come out. He needs to come out with a positive team because we need to attack Rangers.
Right.
But if he plays Ayer at right back, then that leaves Duffy at centre half, unless he brings in Stephen Welsh, which he's not going to do.
No.
You know what I mean? So I think Ayer will definitely be at centre half, and I think you'll probably see Frimpong at right back, which I'm a wee bit fearful, to be honest. He's getting his final ball down. His final ball's getting a wee bit better. He needs to work a wee bit more on the defensive side of things. And if Rangers come out and attack us rather than sitting back, then I could see Frimpong getting caught out a few times, being too far up the pitch.
Yeah. Let's talk about the big players for each team. Grado, who do you fear most in that Celtic side come game?
Turnbull.
Yeah.
Marcus.
No, he didn't ask me who I fear the most in the Celtic.
Actually, here's the thing, Chris. Do you think it'll be Conor Hazard that starts in the stick?
I think Barkas was brought in against Dundee United because he's going to start against Rangers.
You've obviously got to be suspect to Edward. I was going to say Griffiths as well, but I've got a feeling I don't think Griffiths will play for the start. I think he'll add another midfielder and drop Griffiths. But we can't be fear-fending him on the day. We need to be right up for this. This is a big game.
Aye. Chris, what about you? Who in the Rangers side is giving you the fear?
To be honest with you, it's like Grado touched on earlier on. I think their wing backs are having a tremendous season. Fucking a right back's the top goal scorer. You know what I mean? So he's dangerous for free kicks and obviously penalties and stuff like that. But for me, the man that I would not, you don't go into these matches fearing anybody, right? You don't go in fearing anybody, but the person who I would expect to be the most influential for Rangers tomorrow would probably be Kemar Roof. I think he's been great since he's come in more regularly, starting, and he's the sort of player that could pull our defenders out the way and create opportunities for the midfield for Rangers. So it's all down to how we play, to be honest, John. And it's fingers crossed. We've got our fingers on. We've got our fucking hell. I'm trying to add in fucking mad Sky Sports shit here. Like, fingers crossed. We've got our fingers on the pulse, and fingers crossed. We've got a right game plan, and we can shut them down. That's the only thing that you can hope for.
Used to all right. Holy fuck, man! I just realised I can sleep with my eyes open, man. Every time you answer a question, man.
I've just done 4 night shifts. Give me a break, man. I'm about 20 minutes sleep.
It's a good point about Roof, because I don't think did Roof even play in the last
one?
No, he hasn't. No. So that
Before we get on to asking you, Stephen, who you're feeling tomorrow, we'll just talk a wee bit about Harry's here. Who are sponsoring the show today. Grado, you're a big fan of Harry's, aren't you?
Harry's, I'm badly needing a wee Harry's in now, because I'm like, I look mock at the now. Harry's is definitely the best shaving foam that I've ever experienced in my life. The smell it is great. I know I like to come on here and talk about the smell, but I generally do. There's no better feeling of that silky smooth Harry's cream about my mush. It's just fantastic. Tell me about Jeff and Andy, John.
Jeff and Andy were basically, they set up Harry's. They're 2 ordinary guys. They were fed up with overpriced razors, so they started Harry's to fix shaving. And they
good Rangers men, aren't they?
The good Rangers men. They're not. I don't know if they're Rangers or Celtic men, to be fair. But they basically knew they wanted to ensure quality in the shaving, and by taking less profit, they offer a great quality prices. So if you got some money left from Christmas, you could get involved in a bit of Harry's, and we've got a special offer for you, which I'll tell you about in a minute. Ooh. Basically, their amazing quality blades are almost half the price of the leading 5-blade brand. We all know who that is. And we can sort you out a trial set, which is going to include the razor with the weighted ergonomic handle. You get a 5 precision engineered blades with lubricating strip and trimmer blade. That shave gel that Grado's talking about, which is nice aloe vera, it smells lovely, and you'll get a travel blade cover for it as well. And like I said, you've got £3.95 from Christmas. You can get your Harry's
£3.95 for Christmas.
You'll get your Harry's trial set right now if you head to harrys.com/daft. That's harrys.com/daft. And like you say, in that trial set, you'll get the razor with that ergonomic handle, the 5-blade cartridge, the travel blade cover, the shave gel, all that jazz, and you'll get that at harrys.com.
All of that for $3.95.
Wow.
All that for $3.95, so you can have a shave before the old firm.
And that ergonomic handle is just different gravy, I'm telling you.
It is indeed. So
anyway, I'm excited.
Let's get back. Who's the big players you're fearing from Celtic then, Stephen?
Tomorrow, the 2 players I fear probably are Sorrow and Turnbull, because I feel they have... I think he's adding a bit of steel to that Celtic midfield.
Has he got canties about him, Sorrow?
He really does.
He's quite small, and
let's calm down, right? I said I fear him, but N'Golo Kante's played about 5 games against Ross County, Hamilton, fucking Dundee United. Come on, right? Let's calm down, boys, right?
Wait a minute, Leo.
It's my time to talk. You know how I feel about Leo, too, right? Anyway, I think he's added a bit of steel to the Celtic midfield. I feel tomorrow we are missing a bit of steel, but saying that, Glenn Kamara has probably been head and shoulders above any midfielder in the Scottish League this season. So, we're all right in midfield as well. So, but I think I don't want to go as far to say I fear him. I just think he's a handy looking player. But
is that where you think the game could be lost for Rangers?
It's always won and lost in the middle of the park, old firms, man. Always, but we'll see.
What about Rebo? I mean, Rebo's kind of had
brilliant yesterday, man.
Yeah, he was brilliant yesterday. He had a wee bit of dip before that, but
he's been all right.
He's finding his feet. He's finding his feet a lot more.
Let's be honest, he was brilliant yesterday, but you were playing St Mirren, mate. Calm down.
Yes, St Mirren beat
him. Are you going to? St
Mirren are a good side, by the way.
Toll, you ever got your own partner, man? Come on.
Aye.
Right. Joe Aribo is looking all right. Okay. We played St Mirren, a team who are playing all right, right? They're playing all right. Know what I mean? But
to be fair, they're on form, St Mirren, to be honest with you. They've been doing really well. So, I understand what you're saying there, mate. I think Aribo stands out for me. I think he looks a wee bit a level above. Do you know what I mean? See, when he's on the ball, he's got that kind of classy kind of look about him. I'm well impressed with him.
He's a decent player, man. He is.
I mean, I guess the big thing for tomorrow is that if Rangers win, you're 19 points ahead all of a sudden.
That's the incentive, man. If we win tomorrow, well, effectively, if Celtic win their games at home, we're 10 points ahead. If Celtic win, it's down to fucking basically 1. Do you know what I mean? Am I right?
No,
Four.
Four
Aye,
points. If we win tomorrow.
Are we saying that basically the league comes down to these 3 Old Firm games this season then?
I think if Rangers win tomorrow,
right? Okay, Stephen. So if Rangers win tomorrow, is the league done?
I would say it's almost done. I mean, you're going fucking 10 points ahead, effectively. Celtic, if we win tomorrow, you're 19 points ahead. Celtic need to win every game, basically.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean? So,
I agree with you.
So Chris, you would say the league's done if Celtic get beat tomorrow. What about a draw?
I think Celtic will win tomorrow.
I'm not asking that. I've not asked you that.
I thought you said about 5 weeks ago the league was done anyway, too.
I know, but I've changed my mind.
Oh, again, maybe. Right.
I've changed my mind, aye.
Grado, come on, put your head in the chopping block. Is the league done if Rangers win tomorrow?
I think if Rangers win tomorrow, it's looking good. But I'll not be happy until we've got every point. I'd say to the end of January. I want to win every game at the end of January, and then I'll start to think.
Right.
But it's a good step, and it's going to. And just because of the fucking absolute meltdown that Celtic have had in the last couple of months with results, it's going to be carnage.
Yeah. That's, mate, you're right. I think if you look back in the group chat, you're bang on, Grado, man. I said that if we get through January unscathed, I think that's when the league's won, because we still need to go to Easter Road. We've got to Pittodrie after we play Celtic.
Exactly.
So it's
shite, man.
Aye, they're shite, mate. Aberdeen came in the third division. We'll play at Barcelona against us, mate. At Pittodrie, you know what I mean?
Aye, but do you know what? It's like you're saying there, you've got Easter Road to go to, you've got Pittodrie to go to and stuff like that. Yes, I watched that sports scene last night, and Hibs were dreadful, man, against Ross County.
That's called Hughy's back.
I know. Hughy. His interview after it was brilliant.
I know, man.
But that's the thing, mate. That's the thing, right? Hibs get beat 2.5 Ross County, right? And the whole fucking narrative last week in the Scottish press and everything in Scottish football was Rangers were hanging on against Hibs. They'd one fucking shot on target. The full game. Rangers missed about 3 sitters. Their keeper had a great game, yet we were hanging on. Then they go and play Ross County.
Is that because they should have had a penalty, though?
Should they have had a penalty?
That was never a penalty.
He didn't even touch his head. The fit didn't even touch him.
It's dangerous.
According to Michael Stewart,
according to Michael Stewart,
the trialist, it's a penalty. But according to what's his name on Sky,
Dermot Gallagher.
It's a penalty. Do you know what I mean?
But what you need to take in, I know what you're saying, and I know what Dermot Gallagher's saying, right? But see if that happens in the middle of the park, it's a free kick. And there can't be this disparity between it being in the box and it being in the middle of the park. That's it.
What was dangerous about it? I never touched him.
What about Edward's challenge yesterday?
What about? See the what about? Right, it's not a penalty because Edwards is in the middle of the park, right? And see if you look at it. You said dangerous. I'm talking about the fucking high boot.
Aye, right? Was there no more contact but with Edwards yesterday than what there was with?
Are you talking about this wee gift that's going about that some Rangers fan sat in his fucking bedroom wiping over?
Right, mate, you're going to answer
look at it for different angles, Stevie. Right, he gets the ball. He gets the ball.
Right, does he get him? But
he gets the ball.
What does Hadji get?
Well, I don't know.
What did Hadji get when he?
Aye, but it's dangerous play. He's hit his fucking foot's
really
high.
Michael Stewart and Chris Toll are Dermot Gallagher. I'm going to go with Dermot Gallagher. Right.
That must be the first time you've ever agreed with a cunt called Dermot in your life.
I can't believe you're sitting agreeing with the trialist.
Brilliant.
Hey, what's for Celtic TV, mate? I've got to keep my fucking bread buttered on the right side, you know what I mean?
There you go. Well, let's go to the lineups then. Let's go to the lineups. Chris, what's your Celtic team for tomorrow?
Celtic team for tomorrow is Forster in goals. Tomorrow, I think this is what I think he'll play. Do you want what I think he'll play, or do you want what I want?
What's your team? You and Grado answer that question. What's your team, mate? What's your team?
Right, my team tomorrow is Barkas, right, I think that the occasion could get to any of the three goalies, right? But the one that's been there in big occasions before is Barkas and Bain. So, but then, fuck, I don't know, man. See, you put me in the spot here, John. Fucking hell, right? Barkas,
Right.
Frimpong,
Aya, Beaton, Laxalt,
a jetty.
a jetty can fuck off. Right, midfield.
Mohamed.
You're just making this longer on yourself, Grado.
Paul Hartley.
Barry Robson.
Robbie Nielsen.
Right, midfield, Chris.
Right, midfield. On the left, I would go with McGregor. In the middle, I would go Sorrow, Turnbull. On the right, I don't know who I would play on the right, to be honest with you. Up front, I'd play Griffiths and Edward. I'd go 4-4-2.
You go Christie on the right, maybe?
No, Christie can fuck it off.
Yeah, I know you hate Christie. Or do you put Turnbull out the right, Christie?
No.
Right,
no.
So all right, okay, well, so there you go. That's the team you would play. What do you think he will play?
I think he'll play fucking Scott. I genuinely do think he'll play Scott Brown. I'm not going to go into the.
Do you think Sorrow will be dropped then at that same team? But I don't think he'll play Griffiths. I don't think he'll go 2 up.
Do you know what? I don't know if he will drop Sorrow. I think he might actually drop Christie.
Yeah,
I think he'll play Sorrow and Brown tomorrow and put Edward up front himself.
Yeah,
you think so?
I think that's probably what he'll go with. Stephen, what's your Rangers team?
Shagger in goals.
Let me say it first, because it sounds as if I'm copying him.
He asked me, mate. Shagger in goals, Tav right back, Helander, Goldson, and then Bonner left back. Davis just sitting in front of him with Kamara and Big Fita Bixaribo, and then up front, Morelos, Roof, and Kent.
That's my team.
That your team, aye.
Hollander.
Hollander.
But it is, you cunts.
You go with Hollander at centre half?
I would go for Hollander.
Aye.
Yeah.
Aye.
John, you know I'm
faster than Hollander, but no, I trust Hollander more. He had a great game yesterday.
He was absolutely rock solid.
I guess that with the injuries, that's the only position that you would. There might be a change, I guess, at centre half because I guess the rest of the team or Hadji or Kent. I mean, I guess it's one of the other two.
I think it's very unfortunate.
Either he might have a new signing in before then.
Maybe.
That's what you're laughing about. Imagine the fucking Celtic goat foster tomorrow morning.
I know.
Fuck all, is he?
Oh,
I think,
mate, don't get me excited.
The unfortunate one that's going to miss out is Hadji, and on current form, he should be starting. But as Grado says, that goes out the window. Kent usually turns up in these games. Kent will get brought back in for Hadji.
But obviously, an option from the bench if it happens.
Yeah.
So that's the teams then, boys. What's the score going to be? Grado, we'll come to you first in this one.
I think just because of the build-up, and I don't mean to be a damp squib, but wouldn't it surprise me if it ends up being fucking nothing each or something like that. But my heart is saying 1-0 Rangers, Kamara Roof.
1-0 Rangers, Kamara Roof. Chris?
Whenever you ask me for a score, I say this. 4-0 to Celtic.
4-0 Celtic. Stephen?
I really don't know, man. I hate this feeling and I love it at the same time.
I know what you mean, man. It's exciting.
You know something? We've not spoke about something, how big a day it is tomorrow, and don't want to end in a sour note. I think it's something to talk about. It is the 50-year anniversary of a horrible time at the Ibrox in 71, right? So I think, I don't know, I've had this feeling all week. I watched that documentary on BBC last night about it. I have got a feeling it's going to be one each like that day. I really do. I've just got a feeling it's going to be a draw. It's going to be one each, just like it was in that fateful day, man. I think it's going to be one each.
Wow, Bob, that's mysterious. But
I never even fucking took it into account, to be honest with you.
No, of course.
And you know what Scottish football's like when Billy McNeil died, Celtic scored in the 67th minute, number 5.
I've just got an absolute feeling in my gut, man. It's getting a draw, Eric, because of the 50-year anniversary. Celtic Rangers I've got a feeling it's going to be one each. I don't know.
If it's a draw, it'll be the 100th draw in history.
Look at Stato there.
There we go.
Oh, where'd you pluck that one for?
Do you want to hazard a guess at how many times Rangers have beaten Celtic and vice versa?
And New Year's derbies.
No. Overall, it's the 422nd derby tomorrow.
Rangers have beat Celtic 4 times.
4 times.
It's just shite patter, isn't it, man? It's pure rotten, man.
You can read about it in Grado's book.
So Rangers currently leading. They've won 163 and Celtic have done 159. So there's 4 games in it.
Fucking hell, man. That's mad, isn't it?
So there you go.
That is mad. Just think, Stevie, see if you Sydney have won that 4 times, it would be a draw.
Are we done?
We're done, I think.
How can you not just take a fucking joke instead of sitting there?
I think it's funny.
Right, thanks.
No, look at Grado, no, he does.
Well, listen, there you go. Special.
Would you think it'll be John, you cunt?
Aye, would you? Where did that come from?
What? Just be sitting asking the question.
You fucking cunt.
I was meaning it a nice way.
I personally think it'll be a score draw. I think I'll go for 2-2. I'll go for a 2-2.
Are we Desmond?
You're off just killing me on that fence. Come on.
The thing is, both teams, Celtic have hit form. I mean, but if you'd asked me a couple of weeks ago, it would be absolute whitewash to Rangers. But Celtic have found the right form at the right time.
But John, form goes out the window in an Old Firm.
Well, of course, form goes out the window in an Old Firm. I keep forgetting. But I'll sit on the fence and blister my arse and I'll go 2-2. So there we go.
Who are you supporting?
Celtic, obviously, he's a fucking Celtic supporter.
I support Falkirk. Falkirk are playing on the 2nd as well. And
who are you playing, John?
We are playing. That's a good question. Peter.
Look at him, he's a Celtic fan. Does he know who Falkirk are playing? Who are you playing, John? Falkirk are playing.
You could have said fucking Albion Rovers and we would have just went cool.
I know. Come Colts.
He's getting his phone out.
I'll just edit this bit in. Right. Hold on.
What would Cracks and big fucking sexy Lee Miller say about this? Know what I mean?
I know, mate. I'm going to message them.
I know. We're playing East Fife away. So yeah. So thanks for listening to a very special edition of Football Daft. Thanks very much to our sponsors as well, G4 Claims, Not At Fault Claims,
Made Easy.
You can get them on 01698 767 172 or get them at notfaultclaim.com. If you've been in a road traffic accident over Christmas and want the people that will sort it out and get you some money, that's the people to speak to. G4 Claims.
They are the people. They are.
There you go. So, I guess, just want to wish each other the best of luck for the game.
Nah.
But what I will say is, I hope you both have a very prosperous new year, lads. All right.
Same to yourself, Tom.
Aye, same to you.
That's all I'll say.
Hope your team gets fucked.
So happy New Year to all the Football Daft listeners. Thanks for listening across the last year. Big plans in 2021 for the show, and we thank you very much for continuing to listen. Remember, if you want more content, you can head to our Patreon, get more content, get bonus podcasts like this one. We're going to be doing a bonus podcast after the game, so you'll get a review of the game then, so it'll be a bit more fun.
Who's doing that after? Who's doing that podcast?
Are we?
Nah, you never fucking cleared this for me.
Oh, aye, we'll be
You'll not see me for 3 days if Rangers win.
Anyway, you'll not see him again if they lose.
So patreon.com/Football Daft. You'll get extra stuff up there. Like I say, we'll see you in the new year. Just want to leave a message for the listeners, gentlemen.
Thanks for listening, troops. All the best. Keep listening. We are the people.
Thanks. Love you all. Continue supporting all that. Thank you.
God bless you.
Audio Frontier.